it seems to me like it's like a new update almost. And it's like, hey, this is the way it was done before. And the FedEx or the UPS mail guy,
Yeah.
the Vin Matano,
Yep.
the examples are like, this is the modern LinkedIn and what's going to be here for 2026. And I think video, like you had said, huge opportunity for us. So we're really going to focus on the case studies and the breakdowns, right? Which that seems to be like, if we can get your ICP, your audience to start associating you with interesting breakdowns, wins coming from you for your clients. And then if they try something and they win and they associate you with that, like that video that we saw, right? Can be really powerful. So now if we use video on top of that and add it, I think you're going to stand out a lot. And so pretty much that's what today we're just going to start like from scratch, and we're going to build out just a system. It's going to take, I think, a little optimizing, but we want to basically just create and have 3 video posts like per week on case study breakdowns. And so we're going to go through like the step-by-step kind of process to kind of get to that and be able to make it. So that's what I thought we could do, start with today.
Yeah, let's do it. I think the best thing that's happened so far for LinkedIn was I have a customer who I think I told you ended up pricing us around because we had the holiday delays and they were highly upset. And so they tell me this company, Innovative Sourcing, I look them up, we reach out and just obviously like do our due diligence, like, hey, do you have this packaging? What's your pricing? Just want to make sure the customer. Huh?
Via email, you reached out?
Yeah, this is all via email. Then I saw on LinkedIn, I don't pay for it. I don't think it's worth it right now. It doesn't matter to me. But I saw it said like someone viewed your profile and it said like Innovative Sourcing. So someone at Innovative Sourcing viewed my profile. So that's where I keep thinking, okay, I just need to be producing very high quality content, because that was to me the first best use case of, I thought, wow, like if I have a strong presence, someone could have clicked that. Now they have a touch point of me. So now when I email them and call them and go, hey, actually, if this is really your price and you're manufacturing in California, like I'd love to maybe sell your product. But then I thought they're going to take me a lot more seriously because they already saw my LinkedIn. If it's like, oh, this guy's kind of big in the packaging world or whatever, right? But I thought, boom, that's where it would actually help me in the real world, or at least for my direct business. Where I would assume the same can happen with if it's you're a purchaser, you're a buyer, you're tasked with the company. I think we'll end up developing it, but what I would love to be is you come to me because I've been so authentic, so transparent, so helpful that you go, they're probably going to give me the best price. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what matters most in my industry right now is just, do you have the best price? Like I said, do you have the product in stock? And then can you ship it immediately? Most people, that's the only reason they care. Like it has to be a Walmart, Amazon play right now. I don't think we have anything inherently so different. That's why you're using us. Like we are a generic company, like in all sense of the term. It's like our only utility is that we have the best price. I think later on through LinkedIn, maybe I can differentiate our company as, no, I provide this extra value that no one else has, and that's why you want to use this. But for now, it's really just like I have amazing pricing, or I have the product in stock, and like I said, and we ship really fast. So I think right now that's worked for Green Tech. That's what's worked on Amazon now, and so I think that's the strategy I kind of need to. Every video needs to link back to hitting those points, if that's in any way helpful.
100%.
Yeah, because that guy, if he was a purchaser, I don't know who he was at the company, but like right now, what I'm trying to do is, like I said, we're trying to obviously grow, get more customers. 2 is I'm trying to get more drop shippers to sell my products. And then 3, I'm trying to find new products to expand our offerings. So that's strategically what I'm trying to do. So I don't know if that also bleeds into.
Can you say those one more time, G? Those 3?
What I'm actively working on for 2020. So as a company, like what I'm actively working on is I am trying to convert more customers. So I'm trying to optimize either my website, my product descriptions, like everything on my Shopify. So if you come, you convert at whatever our conversion is right now. Then 2 is I'm trying to actively find more companies that want to drop ship with us. So I have this entire amazing line. I have really good pricing. I have distributor pricing for you. We'll do free shipping. We handle all the fulfillment. Any issue, we'll handle that again. And so I'm trying to find more customers like that. And then third is I am trying to expand our product line. And to begin, I want to identify products, reach out to the company, start selling that. They drop ship it for me. That's the initial goal. And then I can, if it's a winner, then I'll buy it and stock it myself. But that's like the main goal for green tech packaging to grow this year, which is we need to expand our product line.
Okay.
And then the one that I would love to come from LinkedIn, like I said, is you have outgrown packaging suppliers in the US. You're growing big as a company. You have to get better pricing. So you're going to go direct to China. Well, you should do it with us because we'll take a small percentage, but we know how to navigate that entire complex ecosystem. And it's better to do it with me than you going and doing it by yourself. But that's how we lose when we have these customers that are 100K, 200K, 300K spend. That's like I was looking at our entire best customers. We just keep losing them. And Ricky's like, oh, that's just natural. They're going to China. Like, there's nothing you can do. So I was like, that would be to me the like, all right, every company just that. Oh no, that's status quo. Everyone just goes to China. Like, we're competing against China. That's it. Can't do anything. So it's like that might be the wedge in for another amazing product to really differentiate ourselves. It's like, oh, no, their packaging company does that. It's like we help you navigate China. Once you've outgrown stock packaging.
So you go direct through China or direct to China?
Once you outgrow us, yeah, because you're willing to buy a full container. You're willing to take all those lead times, possible delays, because the difference is substantial. It's like buying a jar for 20 cents versus buying it here for 60 cents, 70 cents, you know? So either way, it's like, yeah, you're like, the whole point is I'll get you the same pricing. I'm going to take 10% or 15% of the total invoice, but I'm going to handle all the headache, hard work. I already have relationships with the vendors. We know everything you're about to run into before you do it. So that would kind of be the offering of, I think there's some companies that like, why would you not hire that? Why wouldn't you outsource that? It's cheaper than hiring. You're going to hire like 3-4 people full time to do this for you.
100%. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where like I said, through all the segments we'll end up testing and trying. I think that could end up being a good one.
Yeah. I think it is going to take some time. One of the things I've been really, I think, differentiating between just making content and growing your actual brand long term is I think we genuinely have to take like a longer term approach. Whereas if we just go, it's going to take some time to figure out what works. Do we have more data? It's going to be a continuous process. And also, I think like you mentioned about the customer that went to check your profile, sometimes we're not going to know 100% like who browsed or what led to a sale, right? And I think that's just going to be part of social media and how it works, because it kind of does seem like it's customers do research now and they're going to go and they're going to look up your name. And so the more that you come out, the more articles, now it's content, right? But like the more that you're out there, I think it's just it helps with the conversions. So it might not all be visible right away, but I think it's all going to be continuously just compounding. So we have to take the approach of like long term.
No, yeah.
If they're 5 years from now, then it's better not to post it, you know?
Yeah. The only good news is that at least this year, I can attribute any substantial growth to this because one, we can start asking our customers like after a phone call, just very quickly, like, oh, how'd you hear about us? Like very simple. We can sneak it in. Or two, we're not actively doing any new marketing other than what we've currently done. So if there's any type of spike that's substantial, it's like, oh, this may be me. So that'll be like the way to track metrics. But like I said, the goal would be, I think it's going to be through outbound because we've made connections. They commented on me, they posted something, and I'm going to reach out. So we'll 100% know, or they're going to reach out via email, DM, say, hey, I saw you on LinkedIn, which I think organically is going to very much happen. So I think we'll be able to at least be able to attribute the first ones, especially in the beginning.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah. And I think if we do direct, like you said, like outbound, it's going to be that's going to be the most simple way to actually try. Okay, cool. Well, It just want to get one thing. You said your core values. You said you want people to just at the end of the day just be like, "Dude, he's been super authentic. He's been super helpful." And you said one more thing. Do you remember or not really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it comes from like what I told you, where if I don't know how to do it fully with packaging without cannibalizing myself, but in roofing, the best example I heard was, I'm going to teach you every day what to do all year long, so you never have to call me to fix your roof. And if I did that long enough, I guarantee you'd get so many customers that'd be like, I trust this guy with my roof. Or I don't want to do it, but I trust this guy, so that's kind of like my idea so far is, can I do that, but for packaging? So it's like, actually don't buy the expensive stuff. Just buy a label. Don't buy an expensive jar. Buy these cheap generic jars. We stock them. Like, okay, yes, you can go to Uline, but they don't really focus on this. You might be out of stock. That's a huge issue. So like, I just want to be so helpful, and I think that's the first play. Like, I don't want to teach. I don't want to, like, all it is should be just very educational, hyper educational, and kind of like very niche focus, which is like, I think at first, like, packaging, because it's just so, there's nothing sexy or glamorous. That's why I really love the UPS driver example, because I thought I'm in the same lane. When you think of someone's doing content on LinkedIn, you would never think of a cannabis packaging company guy. And I think so many people would write about us, want to do interviews with us. I think like that's a good angle in if we do it correctly. So just hyper educational, and then my niche, super targeted.
Love it, man. Cool. Perfect. I think we're on the same page. So I think it's just going to be creating the goal that I want to help with is really taking this and creating a system out of it, so that we can do it consistently and just have, like, every week we have 3 video with text posts that are exactly what you're looking for, and we just can over time get better and better, and have it be like an actual long-term consistent thing. But now it's like, dude, you blew up,
Yeah, because I think well, let's just start today. Just next week, Thursday to Sunday to next Saturday. So this Thursday, and then I'm gonna go all the way through Friday, Saturday, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till the next Saturday. I'll be in LA in the warehouse. So I do want to think of a strategy of, like, I just want to film. Hopefully, I have videos for the next. I don't know how much weeks we would need, because I'm planning on really only going there every like 2-3 weeks now. But I'd love to film like me doing like 10-15 orders, packaging boxes, because I can just leave them pre-packaged for the team if anything that's helpful. But I just want to have a video to maybe add in like every evening for every day or something, of just like POV, it's 2:30, and like you got to package that order before UPS. Just something so people are like, fuck, this guy also actually is just doing hard work, which shows. And so I don't know, but I think that really plays into where it seems to be very simple, very like easy to just kind of bang out like 20 of these and then just have them batched. But I don't know if you have a better, like I said, kind of like the UPS guy, where it's like him being a hard driver in the snow is like, that just gets so much views, where I think for me, it's going to be me doing an order. If you're like it's like, oh, this guy still fucking gets his hands dirty. Where everyone says, oh, I'll do anything that, or my employee, but like, how often do people?
COO.
Or I can just be educational, like, hey, I'm going to teach you guys how to wrap a pallet correctly for when you're shipping jars. Hey, I'm going to show you, how to best ship glass. I'm going to show you how we, like just random little things like that. Or here's why having a clean dock is super important. I'm sweeping the dock, right? And that's just me talking about it. I don't know. So that's the idea.
And when is that? When are you going to be there? So we can.
I'll be there from the 15th to the 24th. Yep. Yeah. So that'll be for that. And then I guess today we'll switch to now what you said, which is let's make.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool, brother. Well, I want to go ahead and start with this sort of quick doc, and we're just going to go through. So basically what we need to do is just kind of lock in all of the ideas, your content pillars, your core beliefs. Like, this is where the content is going to come from. So we're just going to kind of go through these documents one by one. And then once we have that, like, we'll pretty much have it much more like just on paper, and then we can just refer back to it always and be like, cool, let's grab a story from here. Cool, let's grab a win from here. Cool, let's grab a case study. So can
Yeah.
you go hop on? Perfect. All right, man. So I know that you're not too into these kinds of things, but I think this would be truly like very valuable and helpful in ways that we might not see right now. I think it'll help create more clarity, and that clarity is kind of what's going to help drive the content even more. So if you're cool with it, would love to just kind of get into some of these. Okay. So your big why, man. What's your reason behind the reason? So what made you want to grow green tech right now? Like, what is it about right now that makes you want to say this is the time to really grow the business?
I think the realistic answer, like everybody, is we're in such a hard period that I've always believed if you're not doing something new, you're not trying really hard to grow, like you'll go out of business. So it's really unfortunate, like out of a fear of if we don't do something new, different, new sales channels, like we're gonna die by just doing the exact same thing that got us here. Like what got you here won't get you to the next spot. So the biggest reason is I want to compete my competitors, and if they're not focused on this new outbound sales channel, if they're not going to focus on AI, it's like I want to do that and just outcompete everybody.
Love it.
Yeah. And then the last reason is I like my small team, so I just want like we're currently at 6, maybe I want 8, but like I want to be able to truly be a great startup, which is like you could go get a real job with a real boss somewhere else, or you can come work for me, which is you have a task, you help do that task, you get paid much more than anywhere else, and you enjoy it here. Like there's no one breathing down your neck, there's no stupid meetings, there's no uh, managers managing you. It's just like you have your role, you know what to do. Here's like execute, right? Like each person does their own work, and like we're all like one awesome team. So with that, again, the only reason anyone wants to be somewhere is you want to get paid very well. Like you only come to your job because you're getting paid, right? No one would do this for free. So yeah, my goal is just how do I pay everybody more so I get better talent or I retain my talent and everyone's happier, which just further fuels the business, you know, and makes my job easier, which I don't want to manage. Like that's not why we made this startup. Like,
Okay, perfect. Anything else?
no, I think that's all.
Okay, great. Perfect. And now, what is your ultimate lifestyle vision? Like, describe a perfect day 1 year from now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it would just be 1 year from now, it'd just be like, I have one more person in the warehouse. I have one more person in the office, like sales and like customer service. And that can evolve into like probably a better name for that. But from that, it's just like me and my partner and our other team member, each person is just working on a project, which is usually a new sales channel, a new platform, something that this year is going to drive some kind of growth that eventually can become a highly unfair advantage for us or drives like a super linear return, you know, down the line. But the whole goal is always like we're trying something new. So whether it's new products, new marketing channels, new sales channels, just something new. That's the goal. Like we always have to be doing something to get more customers than we lose, right? Every month.
Okay, anything else? Like
I think that's all.
1 year from now, if you have these, like you're golden. Perfect. And how would your life and business change if you had consistent, high quality leads from LinkedIn?
I don't know if it would. Well, like I said, our goal is I'm trying to find things that add 1 to 2 sales a day. So I don't know if it necessarily changes our life or our business, but from that, I know that we can then work on that and either increase the average order value through that channel or increase the number of sales a day. And then that can translate to what we deem is a successful project, which is did something end up, you know, 200 to $1 million in revenue. And then like our goal every year is like, how do we keep adding more revenue to our business, right? Yeah, yeah. If it doubled my business, obviously that would be like, holy fuck, that's huge. That's like, I don't know. Again, maybe, yeah, maybe like, I guess you could just say life changing, but
That would be
yeah, that would just be crazy.
okay. That's revenue to the bottom line. Perfect.
Well, like I said, there's some customers that's so big that like if they bought this, like, let's just say, let's just make it easy, but if they ended up spending 200,000, you know, and if I can find 5 of them, like that's huge. And then if next year that turns into 10, then 15, like you could see how it's like, holy fuck.
Exponential. Yeah, like it could grow really
Yeah, that's
fast.
how I was saying that. Like, if it really works, but again, according to everyone, these are the businesses like this doesn't work for it. But as we're seeing things change, everyone's kind of now focusing on it. So, you know, if we're if we're the ones that figure it out, like, yeah, that's where you get the unfair advantage because no one's doing it and you reap all.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Anything else, sir? Who else benefits when you win? Let's say this project becomes successful. Who else benefits?
Yeah, like I said, the main people that benefit, like I said, it's just the team in itself because there's more room for growth within the team. So it's just like, here's why you should stay with us, because if you go anywhere else, hired for, like I said, not necessarily skills or resume. We just hired for, do you have the right? It sounds so cheesy, but it's like we hired for, what's the word? Like potential. You know, it's like you are like anyone here could eventually end up being the COO, right? Because you've just been here for the past 10 years. And so maybe if you would have gone to another company, like no one would give you that shot because you didn't have the credentials, you don't have the experience. So I think the people that really benefit is like the team, because imagine doing something which we deem is quite a fun job. You have flexible hours. We only work Monday through Friday. You know, you can make the $30 an hour, depending on your position, more. But like the whole team would win, which then lets me win, which lets our partners win, our investors win. You know, so it's just the main thing is customers and the team. Like if they win, then obviously we're gonna win on the backside.
Okay. What about in your personal life? Anybody that would benefit? Like if you win?
Yeah, no, well, obviously, like directly, like me, it would be me, my family, and my girlfriend. But yeah, my goal has always been to get to the position where one, hopefully money doesn't matter in the sense of I don't think I've ever really done it for money, but I just have always had, and maybe it's wrong, but I've always had a scarcity mindset of I'm just gonna one day not have money, I'm gonna run out of money. So obviously, if I can work on that and have enough where I just go like, oh, I'm fine, like I'm good. That's always huge. And because in business, I think anyone that's running a business, you just know that like one bad decision can kill your entire, like doesn't matter how many years in your revenue. If anything, it's like more difficult as you have more revenue. That's why I think SaaS companies are the greatest. Like, yeah, so your profit margin is so crazy that like you could screw up for like a few years in a row. Like you're still printing cash. But yeah, obviously my life would change too.
Okay. Love it. And
So the first one is packaging. Packaging business doesn't do content marketing. A customer only buys when they need their product. So there's no type of marketing you can do. And obviously like more of like a content or a sale or like that kind of marketing stuff. Because obviously when we run, like I said, billboard ads, right? Those are the only ones that have worked for us.
okay. Those are great.
Yeah, I guess 3 would be like the limiting. Yeah, the only other limiting belief would be, yeah, I guess for myself, which is, could I double our company in size? Like I just always thought like I just don't know if I actually have the skills to do that, right? Because you see another big company and go, well, I'm not I'm not a huge I'm not like a Tony Robbins where if I walked into a convention, the greatest salesman. I'm talking to everybody and I'm going to grind and get us customers. And I'm talking to the CEO of this company. And I go like, man, I don't even know how I would become that. Where you go like, you're the true leader of your company. And and like you're the one that's really driving the full company forward. So maybe that's one. Obviously I want to be.
Okay. And what about that makes you like, what is it that makes you like that might not be what you are able to do to be the Tony Robbins networking driving the company?
Oh, I think it's always like for anyone, or even for me, it's like at the end of the day, it always boils down to like fear. Like you just don't think you're going to be good enough. You're not an industry leader. Like I said, I don't really, I guess in the most genuine way, I'm not passionate about the cannabis industry. I'm just very passionate about building a product and service that customers love. Like that's what I truly am passionate and excited about doing, which is just the lane is this packaging distribution company. And how do I make this the greatest packaging company? And, how do I become a Uline, a McMaster car? Like how do I beat those guys? And that would be cool.
Okay, awesome. And then the last one is as far as content, like what do you believe has held you back from getting the results you want with content specifically when you've tried in the past?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest ones has been I personally haven't thought I was the most like I was the best speaker. I also necessarily always thought, whoever's the best looking is going to really win. So I thought like, I'm not the best looking guy. And then the last one would be the of I'm putting stuff out there and your team laughs at it. Your competitors laugh at it. It backfires and they go, this is like, look at them like not doing real business. They're like trying videos, right? So that's probably one of the biggest ones, like the fear of but it's kind of changing now, so it's a little easier. But making little silly videos was thought to be a total waste of time. Like if you went to a meeting with like my investors and our partners, it's like, I have how we're gonna grow and how we're gonna add 1 million, 2 million in revenue. We're gonna do videos and be like, go do something, you know? But again, this is highly changing in the scope of things.
No, that's a great one, man. I think that's a big one right there.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else that you want to add to there?
No.
Okay. Awesome, brother. Thank you, man. I know this is not always easy, so thank you.
No.
Appreciate this. I hope it's
Yeah.
gonna help in the long term. So next up would just be where do these come from? Like these beliefs. If you had to kind of just try and pinpoint like each, I don't know, a few of them or each one.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the main one, and someone said it, so I'm just like I'm repackaging what they said, but basically it was anytime you say the word I'm stressed, I'm figuring things out, I'm not too sure. Like all these business words or adult terms we have for fear, like it all is I'm scared. I'm scared I'm not going to pay my bills. I'm scared I'm going to lose my house. I'm scared I can't pay for my health care. I'm scared I can't pay for my wife or have kids. Like everything always is derived from fear, especially for me. Like anything that I think of has just always been, I don't want to mess this up. Like this is already working. If the upside isn't large enough, I could lose this entire business, not just for myself, my partner, my investors, my team. These are people's livelihoods. So it's always this fear of, you sure this is the right thing to do? Because if this ends up negatively affecting this business, like you're not just destroying yourself, you know? So everything honestly comes from fear. And then two would be my greatest mentor is very conservative. And so everything that's new kind of goes against his way of building. But only got in here because of all his decisions. So whenever I need to make a decision, what I end up doing is how would he make this decision? And then that's the decision I do because it's just worked for us for so long that I just believe it's the correct way. So sometimes I'm even scared to do something different because I'm just like, I don't know, like, especially when it's meaningful, right? Like again, right now, if you gave me $1 million and it's like, invest this into your company, I would never spend it on content like this. It's just like, I would have to think how he would think. And it would be like, buy more products, double down on what's working. Like, you know, it's just like, because I can't even allow myself to think another way because I just deem that it's incorrect.
Okay.
And that's not even a negative to him. That's like a positive, because to do what he did is like, anyone to build a company and never need capital again, you know, like these are the unheard of companies. And again, we're not like this huge unicorn. So it's not like newsworthy, but it's pretty impressive to take one small amount of money and then never need it again.
Okay. That's great. And as far as you not being potentially good enough, feeling like you aren't the person to drive the company forward and be the leader of the company, where do you think that comes from?
I think it used, honestly, this last year, I've had so much growth and I've kind of gone from thinking about should I ask someone to I just go like, I just know this business better than anyone. They're just as good as anyone else. So like, I'm just making my decisions. I've honestly become a lot more confident in the sense of like, I know I can double the business, but I would say it's probably just come from the imposter syndrome or the lack of experience. Like, I didn't come from an Ivy League. I don't have a law degree. I don't have an MBA like some of our team does. So it's always been well, I don't quote unquote have the right experience. Like, even when we were talking about building the company, it was, should I get pushed to the side and should we hire someone that actually has the credentials? Like, go get someone that has 10 years, 15 years in packaging distribution experience. Go get a manager that's come from Uline or McMaster. You know, it's like, but now actually, as I see it, I think it's actually inherently wrong and it would have been a waste of money. But that's a big one. Where as we started the company, I was 22 and I left college the second year to do this. So obviously I always thought, dang, well, I guess my salary could be used for someone that's actually already really good, versus mine was, can you try the best you can to not misship this package? And it was like, dang.
Okay. Okay. You said, but you feel much more confident now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because again, we have a fiduciary duty to do what's best for the company. So it's always could I fire myself and just go find someone cheaper that's better than me? Like, maybe, you know, I think everyone would think, like, I would think, if that was my sole task, like, I probably could. But again, again, I don't think anyone's gonna work as hard as me. No one does everything that I do. No one just cares as much as I do. A good test is, and I heard this, but if you go to sleep thinking about your business, or you're in the shower and you think, you know, it's like a pretty good chance you truly care about your business.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard someone say recently, how do you know something's taken over your life is if you go to sleep thinking about it, if you think about it in the shower, if you think about it when you're out doing random
Yeah.
things, then
Yeah, like,
it's
I never understood it, dude, but even like when we were in Europe, it was the first time that I thought, wow, it's sad because this is a great thing to have. But I thought, in a dream world, I'd love to just be rich and I have a business, because all I could think about is just, you know, it was a hard time to go in terms of business. It's like the new tariffs went into play and we were just dealing with a lot of problems. And I couldn't even really fully enjoy it because every night I was on my laptop talking to the team, working on an order. I had customers negotiating pricing because they found a competitor, and with tariffs, they were like looking for other, you know, packaging places, and our price going up. So it was crazy to see how you couldn't even enjoy a vacation. You know, that's why I think a lot of people, that's why I like the new mentality. You push an entire working career and compress it into a few years, because it really does take up your life. And so
yeah.
I'm 6, 7 years in, you know,
Yeah.
and I look back and I go, I was 22 and like, it has kind of consumed my life. Like, when I was just living fully in LA, it was just, I just kind of went out with friends and did things, but my entire life was 5, 8 hours every day at the office, Monday through Friday. Didn't really take vacations because it was considered, no, we run this. You can't take more than 2 weeks off. Like, that's crazy. I would never take that off. So yeah, it really did consume my life. Like if I really look at it, when I meet other young people and they're abroad you have no timeline. You can just extend it a month, 3 months. I go, wow, that's amazing. I wasn't able to do that. I still can't do that.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's like you give up some things to get other things. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're very well on your way probably to, the dividends are going to when everybody
Yeah.
else is working until they're like 60 or 70. Awesome. And what about with content specifically? Where does that come from for you? Just to like that you're not maybe the best speaker or whoever's best looking is going to win.
Yeah, I think because, and I don't know if it's a fear thing, and that's what I was saying. It's really changed because this year, like we're doing this. I'm working on a side podcast that I think has huge upside, but just to get more practice and get better on camera. But my whole life, I've been a quote unquote user of social media and YouTube, and I've never truly been proud of something I've put out. So I always deem myself to just be more of a subpar, like quote unquote creator, because I have the drive, I have the energy, but I never got myself to obsess over it to the point where like Mr. Beast, where for 8 years, 9 years, him and 4 people, right? Every day spent 12 hours a day or more meticulously tweaking things and talking about how this video could have been improved. And for years straight, every day did that call, Monday through Sunday. Like I've just never obsessed about something to that point where I just always thought the people that do that are the ones that are going to win. And I can't even stick to a video or content idea for more than 2 weeks. I can't continue to edit for more than 2-3 weeks. I rush through things. I go, I couldn't figure it out. Just push publish, as I've learned more about writing, a true great writer spends 80% of 90% of their time reviewing their copy, and then the last 10% writing and publishing it. I've only written stuff, read it once, and then put it out. So I think I've been so conscious of what makes someone win, because it's kind of what I've done more on the business side, but I've never applied that to content. So I just always thought there's someone out there working harder than me. That's why I haven't won. I haven't put in the work. And then there's always, again, the fear of maybe I'm just not that great. Because you grow up with this unwavering sense of confidence that like my parents instilled in me, where Gibran, you're going to be great. You were meant to be. Why? No idea. They just believed in me more than I ever believed in myself, right? They just always instilled that, no, Gibran, you're different. You're going to be amazing. Like anything you want to do. And so it hurts when you go, well, I was told I was amazing, but YouTube it tells you if you're doing great or not. And I'm not doing great. So it was one of those, like, maybe I just don't have it.
Okay. And so if your parents were always telling you that fear comes more from, or like that comes from more like internal.
I thought so. But the true reality is, like I said, as I've really done more of a deep dive on content, like I just now understand it's the same as my business, where from the outside looking in, it looks so simple, and then you can try, but if you're a novice, you're just gonna fail. But I got lucky, and like I said, we found an expert, and he guided me through this entire process. Thus, I became an expert in ways that I just wouldn't have understood. So as I look at content now more through that lens, I'm looking at, okay, someone could just tell me a video is going to flop just based on my title, thumbnail, and what I currently have on my channel. Where, okay, if you're saying you're going to do content where you're a builder, and I write my title for my video that says, I redecorated my house, that's going to flop. Your channel is for building. So why wouldn't you put, I built the coolest DIY house in Austin? That leans towards your channel, building and team. So it's like, no, it's just, content is just, this is the same as a business. Like there is a structure, there's a format, there's ways to actually win. if you do it correctly. So now, like I said, really it's just experience. And I just have never done it for a year to figure out all these things. Where like, just as me and you were doing business, you really just see if you pick one thing, you stick at it, you just keep getting better and better and better and better to the point where you go, oh, I know every single possible aspect of this one niche thing. And then that's when someone goes, oh, cool, I need help with that. And then boom, you can deliver. So for the same for the content, where I just didn't have the experience. And that's really ultimately where the lack of confidence comes from, because I just know that I just haven't done it so long. So, but I, like I said, I really have no fear of putting videos out, being open. It's really just come from, I just didn't have experience. But only until now, I've really realized how important that is. That's why I think life is hard, because you have to move forward and then you can look back, but you don't have that. So a lot of these things are so simple, right? It's like
Yeah.
life is so simple, but it doesn't click until you go through the, yeah, wow, I should have just stuck to it.
It was true what they were saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anything else you want to add there?
And yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, and then we go into the, are these true? So for the first one, a packaging business doesn't do content marketing. Do you believe that's true?
I think it's highly true. The yes and no. Yeah, the hardest part was there's a way to try, and then there's a way to really do it. And so my whole thing right now has been like, I would have just tried. But and so if I just tried, then it's true. It's not gonna work. But if you go like, no, I'm gonna figure it out, then of course it's just like it can work. Because like I said, if I just go on YouTube and do a product review of every glass jar, it's like it's not gonna work.
So it's more a matter of the mindset of, I'm going to figure this out, instead of, I'm just going to give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, does it work? Obviously not for anyone, but like if someone dedicated however long to figure it out, someone's going to figure it out and it's going to work for them, right? But it's not going to work for you. You have to put in that amount of time.
So you think it's a matter of the time spent working at it?
Yeah, yeah. And the quality, obviously.
Okay. Are there other boring industries where this has worked for? What this has worked for that you can think of or no? Quote unquote boring.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of, like, let's just say again, I don't know, on a smaller level, I just know that like Uline, have you ever heard of anyone from Uline or know anyone? So no, they're non-existent content.
Yeah, no.
McMastercard, no. Berlin Packaging, maybe a little because they run ads, but no. Costco, no. There's no creator. There's no main figurehead. No one there's doing content. So like the best example that I have is BPN, which again, it's more B2C. It's not even B2B, but he sells whey protein and supplements. But his YouTube vlog, which was just him training, running in Austin, going to his warehouse, showed a little bit of them fulfilling, but it was really just him talking about life, running, working out every day, being a hybrid trainer before it became a thing. And obviously that fueled people wanting to buy his products. But that one's a little bit easier because, like I said, B2C is always, I think, lends itself more to content. B2B, I think, is really tough because, like I said, I can't think of anyone other than like a Gary Vaynerchuk who, like, he had an agency and it worked for him.
Okay. How about the second one? A customer only buys when they need their product, so there's no type of marketing you can do besides traditional Google billboard ads. Do you believe that's fundamentally true?
Yeah, well, fundamentally it's true, but it can't technically be true because you can show someone something that they like you so much that they're like, I want to buy my packaging with you. Maybe not now, but when they need it. But like I said, it's not true because someone just hasn't figured it out. There's got to be a way.
Okay. Can you double your company in size? Is that fundamentally?
Yeah, 100%.
You can.
Yeah, because we could just double in size doing what we're doing. And then we can do that faster, obviously, by like expanding your products, right? Or just like what we're already doing if we like work hard at it and just keep it. And it's like things are gonna work. So if we do something which I deem, as I've watched a lot of more of these acquired founder, like these brands that have been around for 60, 70 years, become, it's like every company, it's just, you figured something out, it works, then something happens in the world and it all completely fails. So if you don't pivot, and you're not, so I do think I'm fearful of, if we just leave it running, and it could be tariffs, could not be tariffs, but something's going to happen where you just go, oh, dude, you're going to lose your shirt. Like, you haven't changed, you haven't grown, you haven't found something new. It's like that thing that's already working could just stop working. And as we know, that's just true in any business. Eventually that product that worked just stops working, or someone even makes it irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay. So in this one, you also mentioned like you feel like you don't have the skills to double the company in size, maybe not being like Tony Robbins per se. Do you feel that like that's fundamentally true?
No. Again, it's like if I just like right off the bat, like, what do I think, like, I can't do it. Like, no, I can't do it. But like I said, more and more, I just, I understand how business works, and they go like, no, obviously I could.
And fear of not being good enough, not the industry leader, not being passionate about the cannabis industry. So fear of not being good enough, not the industry leader. I guess that kind of ties the same into that the previous one, right?
Yeah,
Like, is
but
that
again, either way, like probably not true, because like I said, if I think where I'm genuinely passionate about green tech and business and like helping our customer makes it where I'm gonna be able to do it.
okay, let's go. And then with content specifically, do you think that fundamentally, like you have to be the best speaker, the best good looking? Let's start with that one.
Yeah, no, because again, it's like if you just look at examples of all the types of content creators, it's like it's actually incorrect. It really is just a system, and if you do it correctly, like, you win.
Okay, and then the last one here is the fear of, you're putting stuff out there, your team laughs at it, competitors laugh at it if it backfires, and they think like you're making just silly videos. Partners, shareholders would say that's not valuable use of time. So do you think if it like fundamentally that's true, or if it were to work, would that disprove that? Like, is there a world in which that is not true? That thought or that.
Yeah, so sorry. Well, there's only one where it is true that, like, there's a fear of it, because, like I said, if some type of content were to spark a legal issue, a compliance issue, a just something that can bring the company down with, like, in terms of a lawsuit or loss of customers due to like some kind of political effect, like just anything where you would lose customers direct because of video, that would fucking suck. And obviously, like, everyone knows that, like, that is one of the biggest, that's one of the biggest outcomes of when you're a creator. Like, if you look at most creators, everyone eventually has this downfall, which is if you're around long enough, you just slip up, or you forget, or you were on live and you said a bad word, or you're not thinking and you put this video out, and then someone goes like, why would you post a dead person on your YouTube? It's like everyone ends up kind of slipping. So yeah, no, I think that one is actually very true.
Okay. Okay, cool. And that's good because it's very important for us to just have like a part of the review process before posting is like, hey, is there anything here that could potentially jeopardize later down the line? Okay. And if it were to work, would your partners, would everyone still say that? Like if it did bring in revenue?
Yeah, and like I said, I guess how we run, it's always been test everything in increments, and then like what we deem works is like we view it as in terms of, okay, did it work for a quarter? Did it work for half a quarter? Did it work for a year? Did it work now for a year and a quarter? And then if it's still working after 2 years, then you go, okay, you found something, right? Because something can quickly work for a few months and then it just fizzles out. It was actually
After 2 years, you said?
yeah, I'd say like if something's been working for like 2 years and you go like, okay, it's clearly working.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Well, that's those are the beliefs. So the opposite of the limiting beliefs is usually the empowering belief. So we're going to go through and just create like the exact opposite of this. But I can go ahead and do that at a later time. I think.
Yeah, that sounds easy. It's like I told you, these are
Just-
what I technically believe, but it's like you could literally just write the opposite. Is what I genuinely. Obviously, we're doing it because I believe it's
Yes.
exact.
It's good to just get them out there, and then we'll have the exact ones. But give me 1 second, brother. I just need to plug into charger. Okay. I will take 1 minute here, and that was a good little sesh, right? So we'll keep going.
Check my emails. What you do.
Okay, cool. How are you feeling?
So really good. Just checking my emails,
Cool. You're good.
texting some of the team back, and then I'm good. I'm good to go. I think what's the goal? We keep going through this, try to make
Yep.
a piece of content.
So let's I know we're both really eager to get to the content, but I think it's gonna
This will help make content.
yeah, this will help with everything. It's gonna just compound. So we'll do this, we'll finish this, and the goal is for us to get to the personal brand side of it, which I think you're gonna be excited about. Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay, cool. I'll cut it technically. All right, ready.
All right, let's go. Okay, so the 10x shift. So what are the 20% of activities that drive 80% of your results? What are the 3 highest leverage things only you can do as COO?
Okay, so go. What are 20% activities that drive 80%? So this is just purely not content, like actual, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So find new products to drop ship.
Okay.
Because let's just say like I'll give you a quick metric here. I don't know if you have a calculator just to do this quickly. Okay, let's just say, so this one is 100. I'll give you an outlier. We sell 139 cases a month of a product that costs $97.
Okay.
What is that?
130. Or I don't know how
Times
many
$97, right? Yeah. So
the units are in.
$97. You sell 100. Yeah. So
100.
like $13,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we already have tons of traffic coming. So every new product that I find could be another $5,000, $13,000. Could be $20,000. Some obviously have higher profit margins. So every single day, imagine if I just added 1 new product that is a banger, the company can fulfill, and I already have traffic coming. Like we already have tons of traffic coming. It's just like, how do I improve my average cart value now? So that's why it's like, again, well, Ricky this year was just do that. Like if you do that, you want to grow, do that. Like if you're asking me, do that.
Do that.
Because again, if you consider, if I just focus every day on what's 1 new product, basic Costco, like they just stock the best product, right? So that one is huge. So it's interesting. The bigger was just so you could see the value too.
One of the highest leverage possible things. This is.
I think you have 3. I was like, I literally think I have the 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Then 2.
Okay. Number 2
is find existing packaging companies in our niche to sell our catalog, like our products. Like we drop shit for them. The one we lost because they got hacked due to God knows what, they were bringing in about 250,000 a year.
Nice.
So again, if in the year I found 4 and then they convert next year, it's like, again, these are like all $1 million things, right? And then the third one, just because of the growth right now is just Amazon. We went from last year, like 2 years ago, we did like 10, 16,000. The year before that, like 5,000. A year before 36,000. This 2025, we ended with 101,000 something in sales. So obviously just at its current pace, and we're fully optimizing the listings, and we're going to work on review, but like that can double this year, obviously, like just minimum. So if I double down on that, like that's huge. And because as we know, Amazon, that market, it's like I could have a $10 million business just on Amazon. So it's a huge platform.
Okay. So find new products to drop ship, find existing.
Yeah, I would add a fourth just because this is literally the four things I'm doing this year. Well, it would be five because five is LinkedIn, but four is yeah, I never know how to do this, bro. Like once I'm here, I never know how to add the next number or whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude, I struggle at this. Nice.
Return.
Yeah, four. Oh, return. Okay, so four is improve my conversions through like website, email, and like phone calls. So this just means like I have people answering phones, I have people replying to emails, we have like inbound from the website, we have people landing on our product pages. So like if I just improve our conversion rate and get it up a percentage, that results in obviously more sales. So it's like that in itself is huge. If we just drill in on how do I improve my abandoned cart conversion, my phone call conversion, how do I add every single phone call that I take? Like when I take the phone call, I go, hey, you know what? I can get you 10% off if you add that case. Or you're this amount away from free shipping. You want to just add one more case. Like, and when I do those phone calls, like they just spent double what they were about to spend. So imagine if I had someone replicating me every day on the phone call. So four is that. And then five, again, like I said, is LinkedIn. Well actually, no, because it's what's 20% that we know drives 80%. LinkedIn, we don't know. So technically, no.
Yep. Discounts. Just get.
But this is literally my roadmap for the year, which is nothing else. No extra thing. Is just everyone's laser focused on these things.
On this one, you said you would need to just duplicate yourself, like these tactics for your team.
Yeah. It's just thinking of like, how do I, that's why AI, dude, is we don't use it that much, but I'm really trying to figure out how to double down. Like the Google Gemini, just on the Gmail response, it's like I reply the same way every time to emails, and now it kind of auto writes it for me. And it's so nice because that just takes up a quick minute or two. But how I think is I just know every aspect of the business. I'm thinking of, I have 40 units left of this inventory item. I'm going to have a 2-month lead time. Chinese New Year's coming up. That could be a delay of an additional month. There's going to be shortages. So it's like 4 months. Why would I give someone 20% off this 30 cases of this product when people are buying them full price? And so it's like, I'm not going to do that 20% off. It's just not worth it right now. Hey, how about if you take 2 pallets, I'll do it. Cause then maybe they don't do it now, they'll do it later. But like, I know every single answer to any question anyone will potentially ask. And that's why I can win on conversions, because I know what a customer ultimately thinks. And I know how they're buying packaging. I understand certain sizes. You just don't sell that much. So I'm not going to make you buy a pallet of 12 by 9 bag, because you just like anyone taking that, you'd be like a $20 million company, you know? So it's like, I'm going to lower those discounts to just buy 10 boxes, buy 20 boxes. That's a lot more feasible. So I need to put this into a format that someone can just ask the chatbot, like, hey, this call came in, they're asking this, what would Gibran say? And then I like read all my emails, all my SOP, it's like, so like I need to build that. I think it would be the easiest way versus me talking to them. That's why I meant like duplicate my like could I just answer every phone call? Would we do better? I genuinely believe we would. If I just every day just sat, did nothing, just took every phone call, replied to every email. And that's not to say our team's not good. It's just every aspect of the business, which helps you obviously answer any type of question.
Okay. That would improve your conversions.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Perfect. And then we had said, you said that those are pretty much the main ones, right? Let's choose 3. LinkedIn, we could say, is just like the unknown at the moment.
Well, that's why I wouldn't even put it in there, because the question is, what are the 20% of activities that drive? So like that doesn't drive anything.
3 times only you do SEO. Yeah. Go good there?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. What are 3 things you could eliminate, delegate, or automate starting today?
And so I've already delegated Amazon. I've already delegated number 4. I'm doing number 1 because I think I have the best shot at doing it. And then obviously automating would be the number 4 would be nice to figure out. Like I said, just how to, the tools are out there. It's like Like just we have an internal Gibran bot, and it's like ask him the question, and then it gives you the best possible response that I would have wrote, right? Like I built a little bot for some random like Amazon thing, and that was helpful, but the cost just didn't make sense. Like using Zapier for every single ping or whatever. But there's so much we can start automating. It's just again right now at our scale, at our size, it doesn't make sense to do it.
Got it. Okay. You said, was there any other one that you said you already delegated or automated?
Yeah, just like simple, like using Zapier Make. So it's like we get a brand new Amazon order, it automatically slacks the team in the format that I need. Right now, someone manually does it, and we revert it back to manual just because it's like it's just easier to do for now instead of having to pay another subscription. You know, like I just don't have the time to go. Let me go make 20 things for it to make sense.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Any other thing you think?
Yeah, because the other way to think of our business is I get 10 high quality calls. That's like, let's just say right now, let's just use that baseline number. Because of the nature of our business, some businesses get 100 phone calls a day, right? You obviously need to automate certain things. Like it just makes sense. For these, it's like, you can just ask me. I'm like, a phone call, text was like, the best possible solution right now is just like, why add in an extra step of complexity?
Yeah.
That could maybe not work, could give a terrible answer that we just don't know right now. It's like, and lose the customer versus like, dude, we can handle 10 phone calls. So it's just like to do it right now at the moment.
Okay. Have you thought about how to train your team on learning what you know? Like just having it written out like as an SOP or just
No, we do. That's what I'm saying. Like everything here is already done to the level of
cool.
I just think I'm better than I'm
Okay.
just gonna obviously do better than the team
Gotcha.
every single day. Like I'll note a call and either Jenna calls it or I call her. But every time I see something, I'm like, oh, send this discount. You're gonna do this, 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 and then it converts. And it's like this is just so you keep seeing how I'm thinking and what to do. Or it's like, hey, this happened. Explain this to her. This is how you should be thinking about this, right? So like we do this constantly, and that's the whole point, which is I need you to think how I think.
Yeah.
But the best way to do that really is just like keep taking calls. Tell me what you would do. Here's why I would have done this. But like, we genuinely do this already.
Okay, perfect. And for this right here, I think we've pretty much already gone through it and touched on it. It kind of comes back to the limitations and the opposites of these. So we're in your business. Have you had a fixed mindset? Let's just do just one of each.
So what are we doing? Sorry.
Where in your business have you had a fixed mindset?
Just pick one of these or just one in general?
Yeah, let's just pick one. Because I think we've pretty much done a lot of this in a way. So let's just say if you had to choose one where you believe that you've had a fixed mindset up until now, which one would that be? Or what would that be? I guess it would tie back to any of the limiting beliefs. Which one do you think has been the one that's been the strongest limiting belief out of all of them?
Probably number one. Just because, like I said, like how I was saying, like, oh, we should do some type of content, like content marketing, something, right? Like a different type of marketing. Let's hire a super hot girl to just talk about our jars every day. Like, when you look at the business and how Ricky thinks, like I said, where it's like, if you really go hard, like you're telling me how to spend your time, go do all this first, you know, because look at how much money that could drive. So it's that one for sure. Because like I said, like I have to believe it.
Okay. Growth mindset you can replace it with. So you just said it, right?
Yeah, candy content. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because even like for that mindset, like I just again think of like it's kind of like even like the high school dynamic of like being a cool kid or not cool kid. Like if you just even had some kind of fame for whatever reason, people want to give it to you. So even just being like, oh yeah, hey, I have 100K followers on LinkedIn, like people are just gonna naturally want to talk to you more than the other guy that works. So even just that alone would be a strategy that could work, right?
It gives you gravity in this world.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And this is the last one here pretty much. So but we're coming up on the end, which I think is great. What are 3 things you're proud of, man? You've come a long way from when you started this at 22 to today. What are just take a few moments to just appreciate some of the progress and just ground that. So what are 3 things that you are?
Yeah. So I think one is like I've grown tremendously as a leader. And I think like to me that just really boils down to like there's so many things that happen day to day where the wrong leader would just yell at someone or go like, this person sucks. Why does nobody work hard? Like these people don't care, fire them, replace them. And I think I've really worked on my emotional EQ, which I think has really fueled and grown the business because I think over years I've just really earned people's respect as like, like as a respectable leader for them, which is like people trust me, people listen to me. Um, but also, yeah, like I think I have a great team and I've retained my team because of that. So I'm just really proud to like have people that are like happy to work with me, and I genuinely believe that they are happy here because like you can just leave any day, like you could leave. And so the fact that I usually have people that are with us over a year, over 2 years now, it's like I think that's pretty. Yeah, I think that's
2 years plus is not an accident, I think.
yeah. And it's embarrassing. I don't know, but like Jen is probably like our longest one. I think she's got to be like +4 or +5, But it's terrible that I don't actually know.
Okay, another one. What's something else?
Yeah, I think I'm really proud that I'm confident as I'm confident in operating green tech packaging to the point where I've allowed myself to kind of let my personality bleed in a little bit, which I think up until now, I really just went against it because I was just like, I need to listen to people that are smarter than me. But now I can distinguish this actually has no direct correlation to our growth or sales or revenue. So it's just really a matter of how do you want to live the next few years? Because you're either gonna hate it or you're gonna like it. So I've kind of grown into like this is how I talk to my team, and it's I love quotes. I like business. I like using these examples as like, hey, our meeting this week when I'm there is, and because I saw it right, I watched tons of podcasts. Now I'm reading like these like Michael Dell is his own biography, and it's just like I'm confident to share this now because I go, if you don't want to work for me, you can go somewhere else. But this is how I'm gonna run my business now, and like it's my business. So I'm just so confident to be like, no, this is my business. So it's like you're working for Gibran, but it's a great place to work because I'm not your boss. You don't have managers here. It's like we found this awesome way to work, but it really only works if you also work hard. And I think I'm just so proud of that. Like I never like now that again I've realized, and that's why I really enjoyed reading Paul Graham, which is he outlined all the reasons I never wanted to work anywhere. Was I didn't want a boss. I don't like the status quo. I question everything. I think your job should be fun, right? Everyone always told me like, no, a job is not fun. You just come here to get paid and leave. And I just I was always like, it just sounds so wrong to me. Like keep your life separate, which I tried so hard, but like my life is not separate. And so yeah, I'm just really proud that I've been able to like slowly talk to everybody a bit more about like, hey, I like foo shit. I like quotes. I like learning about other founders and business owners, and I like doing projects, and I have outside life, but like you can trust to stay with green tech because I'm giving up my life to grow this. And if you stick with me, obviously I'm going to keep it. I've never not given someone a raise every year, and we don't do a 3% raise, which is like a quarter. Like, how does that change your life? Like I've given raises where someone's like, hey, I need an apartment. $23 would do it. All right, dude, I'm giving you $23 an hour, but you really need to help me because no job would ever give you this, like, but like if I've changed my life because of green tech, it's been a result of customers and our team. So it's like, I want to help my team also have a great life. So that's kind of like where I've really enjoyed owning our business. I can directly make these decisions. And that's been amazing to kind of really like, I feel confident in that. And it's a two-way street, because if I let off the gas, I can't keep telling everybody every year, like, dude, we're going to grow, work hard for if I don't fucking deliver, right? And I can't pay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm super happy about that.
And what's the third one? What's another one? So you have grown tremendously as a leader.
I think I finally grasped, which I just recently heard this and I really loved it, which is like day one and day two. Like Ricky has always operated as a day one mentality, which is get every order you can out. Do anything possible for this customer. White glove the fuck out of them, right? Like, here's a special note. When this customer calls, you fucking answer with hello blank. Like white glove everything. Like anything you need to do to retain this customer. Oh, you need to deliver every time you order within 3 hours. This customer, put the note, will deliver it within 3 hours, right? This customer needs it packaged this way, it costs us more. I don't care, do it, right? Day one mentality. Like I will run to UPS and get the last order out, because that matters so much that we got a brand new customer. They expect it to go out to, like, everything is day one mentality. Like when you first start the business, you'll do anything, right? Because it's new, you're excited. We're slowly in the ground of everyone slipping into day two, which is, it's 12:50. I'll get that order out tomorrow. This customer asked why we didn't ship it in time, and we used to, give them 3-day shipping. Why did you give them ground? Oh, well, we've had them for a while. No, fuck that. It's like, we said we gave them 3-day ground. Keep doing it. Doesn't matter. So it's sticking to day one, like that day one, because that's the only way you win in business. Is like every other company will not do this, but we will. And the longer we can hold out doing that, like we're gonna win. And I think I really didn't get that, where I thought, oh, you run a business to the point where you can let off the gas and you're good. It's just gonna work and it's running. It's like, no, like the people that really win, like you live by this day one mentality, until you literally can't. But now with AI, it's like, no, we're gonna figure out how to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, and just delivering the best service to our customers,
Okay. You guys are doing that, and you've been doing that.
Yep. Yeah. Well, me and Ricky have done it. I've never expected everyone else to do it, because it was like, it's up to me. But now I think everyone's in the positions and levels where it's like, look, if you want to keep growing with us and you want me to keep, which is like, you don't have to. This is just my new requirement now, is like, if you don't think like this, you're just not going to work here, because this is the type of team I need here, right? And I've never really required that. It's always just been, put it on myself. The team can do whatever they want. Like, we're just here to grow, right? Like, doesn't matter. Not worth that. Not worth the effort, not worth the time. Like, we just need to grow. But now I need my team to live by that. And it's like, if you don't want to do this, you can't work on this team, right?
I love it. Culture.
Yeah. And that's why, like, culture isn't like, I don't have like a plaque and here's my culture. It's like, no, you've seen me do this.
Yeah.
You've seen me walk outside and go, we need the orders out. I'm going to do all this for you. Like, you're not moving fast enough, move. I'm going to do it, And it's like, I'm not sending you home. It's just like, I'm going to do this. Like, this is what we need to do, right? So, and I think at this point, like I said, people have caught on and are doing it. And I really appreciate it. But it's now going to be anyone we bring in, like, this is how we operate, because it's the same. I've never let a standard fall for myself. I let it fall for my team, because I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be an unrealistic expectation where it's like, you should never work as hard as I do. But I've made things so easy that you actually don't have to work hard to do this. But now I will refuse to let a standard fall and become the new standard. Like the box is dirty, you clean it. Because why would I want my customer to open a box and it's dusty on top? But as I've let that fall, because I just didn't want to go up to you and say, hey, can you clean that box? I'm letting a new standard happen. And that's where, like, I'm now seeing, like, no, this is wrong. And like I said, I'm proud that, like, no, I know this is the right decision now, because after 7 years of me doing this, it's the only way that we'll win, because everyone needs to think like that, right? Because that's how me and Ricky have thought. So, like, I'm just, like I said, I'm super happy. It's like, I know this is the right direction for our company. Like, this is how, if you think this way, you'll always make the right decision.
I love it.
At least in our company. Yeah, it's like, should I replace the customer said they broke 3 glass jars. What would you do day one? I'll replace it. Don't you worry. Don't send me a file. Just I'm gonna like. If you think this way, you will always do the correct thing.
What would you do day one?
Yeah, like what would you do day one to keep this?
That's a
You'd give them the order for free, you know? Yeah.
Such a great, like that sentence, that question is like a great operating system in and of itself.
Yeah. Well, it's just, to me, it's always like, if you funnel every question through my core values of my business, you'll always get the right decision. You don't have to ask me. Like I said, like our core values are, like do whatever you would want that company to do for you if you were in that position. Like if you just had to ask yourself the one thing, that question right there makes you make the right decision every time. Like if I had a problem and I genuinely was like, I just ordered this, I needed to finish my thing, I never got my box, I'm waiting, I need it tomorrow, I needed it like 2 days ago, like I don't have time to send photos, file a claim with UPS. Just we're sending you a new box, don't you worry. Today, shipped out. And if it's that important, I paid for it, expedited shipping. It's like, what would you do? What would you want a company to do? For like, do you want the company when you have a problem to call you and say, thank you very much, we're going to go ahead and process this through our normal return channel, we'll get back to you in 3 to 5 business days, please leave a picture? It's like, no, you just be like, what happened? 3 jars broke, don't worry, I'm sending out 3, I'll give you a tracking number as soon as I get that from my team, but don't worry, it's going out today. I don't want a fucking spiel and a templatized email reply. Do what you would want to hear, Like when I was at the airport, hey, I'm lost, where's this? Sir, there's a sign above you and to your left. Just fucking tell me to go downstairs. So when a customer calls you and you had a problem, they have a problem, they don't know their tracking, do not tell them, oh, we emailed you. Hey, awesome, here's your tracking number. It looks like it's going to arrive to you tomorrow. Oh, it's already there. That's all you need to do. Do not say, oh, we emailed you. Why were they calling? It's like, just give them the answer. Like, what would you want? And if you think like this, you'll do the absolute best thing possible for a customer. And that's how we.
Beautifully said. Love it, man. Okay. What are 3 things? So these are 3 things that you're proud of. What are 3 things you're grateful for? Come a long way. Green Tech is in a great place compared to when you started.
Yeah. I think I'm grateful, like I said, is that I was able to truly like meet amazing individuals, and a few of those like literally changed the entire trajectory of my life through this business. So super grateful for that. I'm super grateful for, like I said, meeting Ricky. And then, so I guess, that's the number 1 was like meeting Ricky, changed my life. Number 2 was, I think I always knew it, but like, I'm so grateful for the lifestyle I have because of the business. Like growing up and starting it, I just remember seeing like my friend Nikki, who I was like, wow, she went to like a school I could have gone to. Like obviously I saw other people with Ivy Leagues and finance and consulting. You go like, dude, these people are making 200, 300K. I saw her, like we always talked about like, oh, like imagine making 100K, 150K. And then she was like, dude, I did it. I was like, wow. Like, I felt so behind. But now I just look at like, okay, I'm not even there yet, but look at my life balance. No one else has that I know, right? Like this ability to just do things on your own term. I make my schedule. Like I'm so grateful for that, which I couldn't have planned for it, before. And then 3 is like the ability to do fun things that I want to do because I've put in a lot of hours, it's like I work really hard and then there's some days where I don't work that hard and I have the time to do anything I want, so that, that's huge.
So the freedom and flexibility. Anything else?
No, I think honestly like the 3 main things.
Perfect.
Yeah, I guess the 4th one is just like inherently what I'm super grateful is that like I don't have a cap or a ceiling. It's just like how hard do you want to work? And that's how much money you'll make or how much value you'll create and how you'll be rewarded. It's just like whatever you put in, you'll get back versus, some people it's like you have ceilings and you're like kind of like, fuck, I'm fucked. I will forever work this hard for this amount. lawyers, people, it's like friends that I'm like, fuck, that's tough.
So not having a ceiling. Perfect. Okay, brother. So yeah, why is now the perfect time to take this next step?
Yeah, like I said, I think AI and content are kind of having this like convergence of the best way to distribute AI products has been through content. Because I think when the internet started, businesses needed to go online, and it was the perfect distribution channel for these companies to grow exponentially, right? Like there was this insatiable demand. And with these new AI tools and companies, like the insatiable demand on the internet. So like the best way to reach them is through these like making content that goes like crazy viral. And that's how these people are just growing so fast. You're just acquiring users like crazy. And so I think it's really shining a light on how important content is. So I feel like now more than ever, it's like I'm still young, I'm 30. I have the best chance than anybody because everyone that's older, it's like you're just not going to understand the internet tools, memes, how things work. And it's like the younger you are, you have a better chance. It's like yesterday was better, a year ago was better, 2 years ago, but like today is the best for me.
Beautifully said. Okay. And okay, so we're coming to the end of this. This is truly the end of it. I am the kind of COO who, or let's just say founder and COO.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I think like kind of fantasy. I don't know how to word it properly, but like I don't think I'm gonna be an outspoken, highly controversial type of founder, right? Or operator. It's like I think, like I said, what I really care to be known as is like I'm this super passionate individual who who's like proven where if you stick at something for long enough, no matter what it is, you end up becoming an expert, which makes you love it, which makes you excited to work on it. And like I truly understand what running a great business looks like, which is you should be profitable and deliver exceptional either product or service to your customers. And like that's like what I care to do. And that just doing those would allow me to grow and like fuels the whole engine. So I think I just want to be known as like, yeah, like he's just doing the work and look, it's working, right? Versus being this like there's no substance behind it, just going viral, saying crazy shit,
Morality versus true expertise and value and authority.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Anything else?
Like I said, I think I just like I've always been excited, even like our family, because like to be kind of like the role model of like if I did this, you could do this, right? So I think that's always been like the
Love it. Anything else?
No.
Okay. And by the end of this founder authority 90-day time period, you will.
The goal would be I've proven there's a correlation of making content on LinkedIn that will result in like revenue or customer acquisition, right?
That's it. That's it with that one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, to me that's like the goal. It's like can I prove that like the hunch of I make stuff on content and become a figure here, like that will drive to building trust, which drives sales.
Perfect. And let's just say this whole thing is how you show up, right? Like this is who you are today.
Yeah, I think it would just again further reinforce like like talking about things and saying these goals and I'm gonna achieve this. Like the only real like to really show that you did it, like if this works, it's I prove that if you take action and just execute and iterate, it's the best way to like actually find a result. So like if we achieve this, it would reinforce that all we had to do was start and then stick to it, and then you can get these like crazy awesome results from just doing something versus like talking about it.
Okay. And in this whole thing, is there any last thing that, let's just say, you would want to remind yourself of every day as we go through it? Like at
Mm,
the end of it, something that you would
yeah.
want to tell yourself.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know how to sum it up, but like I said, that this Dell thing was super powerful for me, which was just like, here's how Michael Dell became a billionaire, right? Is he was going to school and was super interested in coding, starts figuring out how to code. Then he sees that there's a Mac computer. So he raises money like by selling shit, right? To like local neighbors, whatever. Convinces his parents to let him take some of that savings that he earned himself to buy the new Mac computer. He instantly breaks it apart because he's like, I'm just fascinated by it. How does this work? So he's curious, gets his hands dirty, takes it apart, figures out how a computer is built, then goes, I wonder if I can make it a little bit better. Starts making it better himself. Then goes to people and goes, hey, I can make your computer better. Like, okay, awesome, make it better. Makes it better. Then people start buying his computer. Then he goes, I should probably just sell my own computer. I'm making better computers than they are. Breaks it apart again and goes, what does this number mean on this chip? Oh, that's the date it was manufactured. I can just find all the manufacturers and go negotiate prices myself. Like, why am I going to buy it from a retailer? Does that, then gets really good at the supply chain, builds the computers, and now already had customers. Like, it just shows you how, like, it just showed me like this is how you build a business and a product. Is you start from the very beginning and just keep going and just never stop, right? And so like that was just so eye-opening, inspiring. I was like, we did it through green tech. Like there was no, oh, maybe let's do this. It was just like, how do you start green tech? We need money. You need to buy product. I have customers. I know how to market. So with this, it's kind of like I need to continue to tell myself like, it's just A to B, then B to C, then C to D, then E to F. Like I get too far into like I'm thinking about Z when I'm at B. So like I really need to just keep remembering that story of like you first start with A to B, B to C, because then when you're like at E, everything you did from like B to before E is gonna help you on this next process. So it's like I really just need to like we said, which is just every day, just work at it, 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 right? And then eventually become something really good.
Perfect. Okay. Love it, brother. What was final reflection, your biggest insight or breakthrough from this conversation? Biggest insight, let's just say.
Yeah, I think the biggest insight, like I said, is like I'm really prepared to do this because um what's really hard sometimes when like you're gonna outsource, or let's just say again Amazon as an example, like when I wanted to do Amazon, I knew nothing. So when I hired someone, whatever they told me, I just was like, I guess. But for this project, what I'm realizing is like I kind of have everything I need to do it. I understand everything that's needed to make this work, right? So like I'm just fully prepared for this to actually succeed because I've done all the prep work. I've done all the work of understanding what needs to be done, how to do it, what's going to be needed. Like I've already done all the work. Now it's just the execution. So I think the reflection is just like, yeah, like we can do this because I've already done the 7 years of work, where like this is really hard if you haven't done the 7 years.
Okay. And there it is. So that's all, brother. That's all for now, man.
Yeah.
I think that how do you feel?
That was good. That was good. Like I said, I'm always curious. Like I said, I think to me, these are like I relate it to, I've always thought if I was more organized, I would win, where like, I understand how important, and I do it a bit, like, right. Like even with the house, it was like, I understood how important it is to save every document, label it correctly, and file it, where it's so easy to just brush that off. Like, I'm never going to need that, but you just sometimes end up needing it. And it's so nice when you go like, oh, I have a Dropbox folder named the house. I have titles, mortgage people, loan officers, like I have everything. I have photos from the house listing when we bought it, new house photos we took. Like being organized, you just win. even though it's hard work, you win. And so with this sheet, to me, this is like the stuff that I'm just like, it's just so unimportant to me, but I know how important it is to me. These is like the more organized you are, the more likely you are to win. So to me, this is that, like, it's just good to be organized. It's like having everything. So like if I say something, you know what I mean, because like we have it outlined here. We can all reference this. Like I see the again the how you win by doing this or being organized. So yeah, same thing. Where it's just like, we got to do it. Let's just knock it out.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. And also, I think what's going to come of this that we probably even weren't really fully expecting is this is probably going to be banger content.
Yeah.
True, honest thoughts on a lot of different topics and things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, it took a little longer than I thought it was going to take us, but I want to just share with you the next step, which is getting to the actual content now. And so this will be, how are you doing time wise? Because we're coming up on 12:30. So
yeah, I do think we'll end it there only because I have
yeah,
I opted for the morning. I just like I looked at my emails briefly, but I have stuff to do, so that's why I was like, but I feel the most fresh now before I peel into shit. So that's why I was like, I want to do this, but the only negative is I can't go over because like I have
Yeah.
Slacks unread, I have emails unread.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's a feature, not a bug for us to really lock in on what's the most important. I appreciate you sticking in with this, but I promise you this is all going to be worth it. And I think even these things, as they settle, these conversations, they can just unlock and just ground things in a way that like you can until we go through it. So, and
No.
we're all here and we recorded it, which is
Yeah, no, dude, I love it. I also wanted to, I don't know, yeah, I think there's so much about, like you said, maybe even clipping these, but like, I'm also just curious to know how this would do as a long form. Like, I don't know, I know you were gonna post it, but I don't know if it works for me. And maybe it wouldn't work for me, but like, I feel like it could. But like, let's just say, hey, I'm a founder at Green Tech Packaging, and I've hired someone to help me with LinkedIn. And here's just day one. Here's the raw fucking video, and it's 2 hours long, and I do this every day with my advisor, 2 hours. And I'm just posting it along with every other content we're gonna post. But like, I would just get conversations, maybe people. Obviously, that'd be great leads for YouTube. But I think there's just something there of a raw and it's so viral. I think what's really working is these like long form, unedited. Like, I just watched a breakdown because I've been so curious of these videos because I see them pop up.
Yeah.
And this is like a quick side note, but they were breaking down how these channels make like 20, 30, 40K. And all their videos are like, this guy background is the woods. And he's talking about how he wanted to retire early. And his whole channel is him just talking for like 30, 40 minutes about a life lived, right? Another person is just like a finance guy. And he's like, I worked in finance for 30 years. Here's what you should be doing for your finances and how to invest and how to think of invest. And it's just these long form, unedited, 30, 40-minute rants with some interesting background, like guys in the woods, guys in a high rise, a girl that's like, you needed to hear this today, you know, and they're all doing this. And it's just this long form where for some reason it's working, you know, just like this unfiltered, raw conversation. So I kind of want to, I don't know if it's like, I should try just posting it. Like I said, I don't know if you think it could deter my channel from being an authority in this.
I think this would be good for YouTube.
They just post it on YouTube.
So the one reason why I didn't have it posted the previous ones is because I thought about the whole legal and compliance thing, and because it's so freeform and we're like just
who knows what we're saying.
Out, that's the only thing where I was like, dude, I think we would need to literally review it on your end. So that's the only reason why I haven't posted it. That I think is the only thing. If we're talking about doing a review, even on like any piece we put out, if you're talking about doing a 2 hour, that's the only thing where I would say, gee, this is up to you. Like we would need to review it just to see if there's anything in there that could potentially jeopardize.
Yeah.
I guess that's the one thing.
Yeah, because I guess like even today, like technically I didn't say anything. I'm even very cautious when I talk to you about numbers, just because we've been so careful about not sharing. I still don't think sharing matters. To Ricky, it matters. So like I guess, yeah, I don't know, like because if you think about it, like private public company, like they all have to really like I just don't think it really matters.
Yeah, this is where, like, to me, I would want to post it just raw as is. I think this would be a great one even for like the Ivo Rubio project, since I want to talk to founders. And like, this was an awesome conversation talking
Yeah.
to like a true founder. So we do have to hop off just because I don't want to keep you longer than
Oh, yeah.
we had planned. But let's sit on it. I know for sure we can use short clips. So gold mine in here of just real, just raw value, transparency, honesty, showing your true personality and your
Yeah.
like,
I think if
start there.
I think if you can, Ivo, and this would be like my caveat is we can moving forward try to just account for we're gonna post these raw. So me and you both just kind of come into it knowing that like whatever you say is gonna be raw. And I think it'd be very easy. Like I said, for me, it's maybe just don't share instead of giving the exact example, maybe I just give like because I try to do it in general. So like even today, I think there's nothing really we said that was like
Yeah,
confidential or anything crazy, but I do think it would work for me, maybe not on LinkedIn, but maybe clipping, yes. But I think I would like to see it, and I don't know if you want to, but if you put it on your LinkedIn as like with Gibran Rubio, he's starting whatever, right? Day one, but I don't know if that would go really good. But then I think you putting me on there also kind of builds it up where people would watch and they can easily just click to me. So I don't know. Think about it, but I would be open to it because I'm just genuinely curious to see. Like, I think this long form really works.
yeah.
I want to see like what would happen. I don't know if it's more powerful here than YouTube because I love the like when I see another guy that I told you. I don't know. I shared with you this guy who posted a YouTube video and they got like crazy amount of views. He's like a billionaire developer somewhere in the UK or something, but he always posts like, "Oh, I'm working with this client. Here's what
Okay.
we did today." So that's why I think it works because that gets out there. Other people that are doing what you're doing or just talking about like people grow on LinkedIn would take that and like look at what this guy's doing. Here's the founder he's working. So I just think it's really good because it's natively on LinkedIn. You know how you hyperlink it and you can just click to me. So I do think if you wanted to, I kind of would love to maybe.
So you're open to it?
Yeah, 100%. Especially if you're gonna post it on LinkedIn.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I mean, I think that this is a great session, just somebody to get like a true, authentic view and
Yeah.
listen to your thoughts and insights.
And like I said, I think for you also, like you're putting in all this work for me. So I think this, you can every day have a breakdown post, which is just like, hey, I'm working with this client today. Like this is day one. So if anybody was curious on like what you need to do and you like, so you don't have to hire me, just watch every video because I'm taking someone from zero to, you know, their first stuff. But I think like it could be good for you, like as posts every day. And like, this is the highest value, I think, over just putting generic, like, hey, I'm working on stuff. You know, it's like, so I think if you wanted to, I also think for you, it'd be really good.
Love it. Okay, perfect, man. Yeah, well, if I have your clearance on your end in terms of, anything that could potentially be jeopardizing, like for compliance and legal reasons,
Yeah,
so
no, we're good.
okay, cool. Then I'll go ahead and I'll let you know. But I do want to post it as well. Good stuff, brother. Well, we made great progress today. I think this was really important, and it's going to just kind of ground everything else that comes from here. Tomorrow we're going to be working on positioning. So this is where we're really going to get into like just locking in like client wins, customer wins, internal wins, mistakes and lessons, industry case studies, creating content pillars, and then we're going to be able to just choose like every day or every week, like, hey, we're going to work on these three, batch record them, edit them, schedule them. Boom, we have our three pieces per week. So tomorrow's going to be a fun one too, where we're going to get into more like the actual content.
Sweet.
Oh,
What was that?
just any questions, thoughts before we hop off?
No, that was great. That was great. I'm excited.
Awesome, brother. All right, man. Well, I'll see you tomorrow here at Text if you need me for anything or if you have any thoughts, open to them.
Sweet. All right.
Have a great rest of your day.